What's good, YouTube? This is Boxingwave. I'm going to do a quick recap video. I know a lot of you have already watched my reaction on a live commentary I did for Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano 3 last night. Because I already seen in the comments you guys are leaving me, and assuming some of you guys are leaving me comments on Instagram in the DMs. Look, I'm disappointed in Amanda Serrano and team a little bit because it's not that she lost the fight. It's not just that she lost the fight. It's the way she fought the fight and continued to fight the fight for 10 rounds. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, if you're going to take a new approach to the fight and go outside of what we normally see you do, because in all of her fights, outside of just the Katie Taylor fights as well, we see you fight with an aggressive style. You're front foot head, you know, you're an attacker, okay? You're not this long range counter punching person. Like, that's just not your game, especially at this level when you're fighting Katie Taylor, um, the woman that has the quicker hands, the quicker feet, doesn't have the amount of power that Amanda Serrano does, but she's in and out. She throws her flurries. You basically fought Katie Taylor's fight. You just basically gave her the fight. You gave her the win. Katie did exactly what she needed to do without having to struggle nearly as much as she did in the first two fights. Because Amanda didn't apply any pressure at all. Amanda decided to keep this fight innocent in the ring. At times, fight on the back foot. My thing is this: if that was the game plan, I don't know why the corner continued to led her to believe that she was successful with this style. Because she was not winning this fight. I mean, I was here last night. I didn't give the first round, to anyone because nothing happened in the first round. Absolutely nothing. There was no punches landed in the first round. So it was a 10-10 round, 9-9 round, whatever. No one won the round to me. But Taylor started taking rounds. And there was a couple of rounds there that I was just like, I don't know. The fifth round was very hard for me to score. I think the ninth round was hard to score. I gave Serrano the seventh and eighth rounds. I think Taylor finished the round. The last round, Taylor definitely won. Taylor, to me, at the very, very least, secured about 6 rounds. I really don't know how Amanda could have won fighting that way. Um, I always thought that she should always attack Katie with some defensive responsibility. And what I mean by that is just don't tank punches in order to land one, which is what we saw at times in the first two fights. Wanted a little bit more slipping on the way in, watching out for the check left hook, which was the most consistent Katie Taylor punch in these three fights. Amanda she's just not better than Katie Taylor. It's just, to me, she just isn't. I know there was a lot of controversy in the second fight, which I really disliked the fight. I know everybody loved the fight. I know that is what made the world, want to view these two. But that second fight with the head clashes ruined it for me. Okay, I actually think the first fight was by far the best fight. And the most competitive one as well. That was a great fight. That's a classic fight to me. But this fight here, it was a boring fight because Katie didn't really have to do much to win. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. And a woman at 39 years old at this point, why go into a slugfest with a woman that's a bigger puncher than you are if you don't have to? At least if the corner was saying after 2, 3 rounds, like, all right, you know what, man, you got to pick up the pace. You got to let your hands go a little bit more. Um, let's just make some adjustments here. Let's go to plan B. Like, let's change up the games. I understand that they probably wanted to avoid the head clashes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's still a fight. It's still a fight. And Amanda actually had a better chance in winning it with the old style more than the new style. And I made this point last night, right? I said Amanda was pushing to have the 3 minute rounds, right? She really wanted the 3 minute rounds. And when I think about it, it's like, well, if they gave you the 3 minute rounds and you chose to fight this kind of fight, you would have lost the fight anyway. You would have lost the fight. 2 minute rounds, 3 minute rounds, 2 or 3 minutes of that is not going to win you the fight. You did much better than the first two by being the aggressor. Yes, you got hit more, but you also hit Katie a hell of a lot more than what you did. You hurt her in both fights. So how do we go from that to go into this? What was the corner saying? You know, what were they saying every round? Like, what are they doing? Like, what's going on? So it's really disappointing because at this level, getting all the eyes, getting all the people from New York to come out and support, and just for you two to just basically spar with each other. It is kind of disappointing. Again, I don't want to take anything away from Katie Taylor because she boxed the way she was supposed to be. I'm sure she prepared for a more aggressive, pressure fighter in Amanda Serrano. But since Serrano just never picked up the pace, Katie fought the way she wanted to fight, because again, she has the quicker hands. Why is she, I mean, it's not like she didn't fight. I wish she let her hands go a little bit more. At times she did. But she fought exactly, she did enough to win clearly, you know. Um, I was good with the 97, 93 scorecards. I was good with that. One of them was a draw. Um, and I figured that being that this fight was going to be in New York this time, it's an MVP Promotions event. I figured like, yo, if this is anywhere as close as the first two fights, they're gonna give it to Amanda this time. Nah, this is the only really clear fight, in my opinion. You know, um, at the end of the day, I appreciate what the two of them have done. This was an all-female card, um, so it's a successful night. But as far as it being competitive, it just wasn't competitive, and I don't want to see any more fights between them. They can do other things. There's other fighters out there. There's younger fighters coming up, and Katie get you know Cameron won her fight on the other card. Maybe they can run it back, have a trilogy fight at 140 for undisputed. Um, if the money's worth it, I personally for me, they don't have to continue fighting. I say this about Usyk. He doesn't have to continue fighting. They can just retire and ride off to the sunset, or they can keep getting paid. Whatever they choose to, I'm happy either way, but I don't think they have to keep fighting. I think they solidify their legacies. Amanda, at the end of the day, is going to go down as a top 5 all-time female boxer to me. She's going to go down. All right. Katie is arguably number 1. So with that being said, it's not much to really prove. All right. I'm happy with what they did overall. Just the fight last night just didn't live up to all of the hype behind it. All right. All right. So that's all I gotta say, yo. I will be on a live tonight. So be on the lookout. I'll be here on the Zone pay-per-view for the Edgar Berlanga Hamza Shiraz fight. Also, again, I want to thank Netflix. All right, Netflix Sports, Most Valuable Promotions, Jake Paul, everybody involved with adding me into the documentary. All right, I really appreciate that support. That's a great look for me. I appreciate that. All right. Guys, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later on this evening. Peace.